Okay, so on your quiz, you're going to have a simple question that's just going to be a fraction divided by another fraction. You need to apply the strategies that we've been given so far. We know that anytime that we have a fraction like 2/3 divided by 2/5, I don't have to divide. I can rewrite it as a multiplication expression. What's the saying to change it to an equivalent multiplication expression? Everyone, what is the saying to change it to multiplication? Thank you. Wake up. Okay, now before I multiply and go on to 10, 6, then I have to divide 10 by 6. Can I make this expression a little bit more simple? Is there a crossing factor that's the same or something I can pull out? Yes? Is 2 equal to 2? What's 2 divided by 2? So now what's the product of 1 times 5? What is 1 times 5? 3 times 1? Okay. So I have an improper fraction. I know that that won't be accepted on the assessment. So I need to change it to a mixed number. I could either divide or I can think of how many wholes are inside of this. If my denominator is 3, how many thirds does it take to take one whole? 3. So I would have 5/3 minus 3/3 is equal to 2/3. So this 3/3 that I took away, 3 divided by 3 is 1. And then what's left behind is 2/3. Let's use the division example. Which one makes it into the house first? The one on top. 3 is banging on the door. How many groups of 3 can go into 5? Just 1. 1 times 3 is 3. What's the difference of 5 minus 3? My remainder needs to change form. So we put it in the numerator. What goes in the denominator? Okay. So either way I simplify, I'll end up with the same thing. Let's draw a quick model just to make sure that we know where that's coming from. So here I have thirds and I have fifths. What's a common multiple between 3 and 5? What are some multiples of 3? 9, 12, 15. Okay. What are some multiples of 5? 15. Okay, I heard 15 twice. So here if I have 2/3, what can I multiply by 2/3 to get 15 for the denominator? 5 what? 5/5. What's the product of 2 times 5? I really hope that everyone's taking advantage of this last example and you're writing it down. Then I have my other fraction, 2/5. What can I multiply by 2/5 to get a denominator of 15? What can multiply by 5 to get to 15? 3. And then for the top, I also have to write a, what's the product of 2 times 3? Okay. So my dividend is what I am having to split apart into pieces. How can I represent 2/3? Okay, I'll ask one more time. How can I represent 2/3? If it's thirds, how many pieces do I need? Okay, then how many of those represents 2/3? So this is 2/3. Now I'm dividing it into 2/5 size. But we've already figured out that when we're modeling, we need to have equivalent denominators. So now it would be a good time to split it into 15ths. Why am I splitting it into 15ths? Yes, because I'll have common denominators. So here I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oops. 15. So here I should have, that should be equal to 10/15ths. Right? So whenever I divide off groups of 2/5, what is 2/5 equivalent to? 6/15. So I need to count by what size group? 6. So here's one group. Can I do that again? I only have 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I mismodeled here. No, that's right. Okay. So here's one whole. And then I have 4 out of 6. What's an equivalent simplified fraction to 4/6? 2/3. So there's my model. Here's my math. Do they match? Okay. So that's what you guys need to look for. After you're done with your model, you need to see if it matches to the answer you got using your math strategies. If they match, you probably have the right answer.